All right, guys, jumping right into the tournament for Nat Pass 3 and Returns Feel. I'm gonna keep it. Returns Fall. That's what I'm saying. I'm actively losing my language. But we are taking on the Ronso Fangs. Kill Beast taking on the Bhed Psyches. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know what that was. It's had a mini I don't know. It's been. I want to say it's been a long day, but it hasn't been, right. It's just been a normal day. It hasn't been. I haven't worked a bunch today. I just worked a regular amount of time. Haven't recorded a bunch today. Just recorded like 2 videos. It's about as average as you can get. But anyways, we are jumping in against the Ronso Fangs. So we had to face the Quarries. We had to face the Psyches. And every match, I was like, all right, these are kind of good teams. And now I finally get a break against the worst team in Blitzball, the Ronso Fangs. They're going down. I guess last time I trashed them, they scored on me and actually gave me a scare that I was going to lose the game. So I probably should shut up a little bit and just not be so antagonistic towards them. It might save me, but my counter to that is this. This is my counter. Yeah, the Ronso Fangs aren't the worst team in Blitzball. Yeah, the Ronso Fangs are a balanced team that you can, who knows? They could win a game, right? No, look at this. I mean, we took a minute off the clock there, but that wasn't the goal. It was to showcase just how busted the Ronso Fangs are, but not in the good way. I don't know. See, this is where it kind of comes down. I've talked about this before. Modifications to Blitzball and stuff like that. This is where I feel like there should be like two determinations of speed, right? There should be like a stamina aspect and then like a speed aspect. And when you run out of stamina, you get like really slow, but you can achieve high max speed. And I feel like the Ronso Fang should have a large amount of stamina, and then like low HP. So like I can't do that, or else I get in trouble, right? That's what I think, And I know the argument people are gonna have is like, oh, but HP is stamina. I'm like, no, HP is not stamina. HP is. It might intend to be stamina, but it's very much not it. You know what I mean? It's such a large pool. Would I really ever exhaust 4,000 HP in a game? Not really. I mean, even early levels, it can be somewhat an issue, but not even really that much. I don't know. It feels like there was a better way. So you got Gazna Ronso with the ball. It's already 2-0, man. Gazna, you gotta do something about this. And I mean, this is looking bleaker by the second. So we're gonna pass to Eager. The only reason I passed to Eager there was because I wasn't actually confident that we can make that full pass from Blappa. I don't know. In my mind, Gazna could have had just a bonkers block, and then I just would have looked silly as, I failed to complete the pass or something. Something goofy like that. You don't want that. You don't want that happening to you. That's embarrassing. Yeah, and funny enough, Lakeham is actually a higher level than Judah now. But Judah gets so much more experience than Lakeham because of the level 3 pass. So I don't know, it kind of balances itself out, I'd say. And there it is, 2-0 going into the second half. So a little bit of experience for them, a little bit more for us. And Barrack leveled up, level 86. More HP, endurance, pass. It's not too bad. And then we will change it up a little bit. We'll put late game in the goal. I mean, it would be just as prudent to put Judah, but it's fine. We'll give Judah the opportunity to just massively level up. It'll be fine. But yeah, Bear starts with the ball. Immediately we can just pass to Nimruk here. We switch it up a little bit. Normally Nimruk's on the other side, but you know, he took Wakeham's spot this time, so it's a little bit different for him. A little bit of a unique situation, if you will. But with this, with Judah in the field, I mean, she's gonna most likely get an insane amount of experience. And if I'm right, I think Nimruk will get more than her once he has Nat past 3, because you get more experience for Nat past 3 than you do for Wither past 3. I believe that is how that works. Because it's based off of like how much HP you use. You know, it wouldn't make sense if it was like a blanket thing. Which I guess the more I think about it, would it be better to use your base pass if like Nat pass removes 40 HP, but your pass removes 70 HP? Because I don't think they stack. This is going to be so embarrassing, but genuinely, I don't know because I never checked, because HP is never relevant, like, to me. Like, it was funny because I was looking at, like, oh, what's the perfect Blitzball team? And then I just crossed out the HP stat because it never was going to come up as a factor in who was a better Blitzball player. It was always fine. Like, unless there was some player with, like, 10 HP at level 99 where I was like, what did they do? Like, it didn't make sense to ever factor that in as a... as something that would come up, and it just never does, right? Like you never use 9,000 HP or even 5,000 HP and a half. I don't know. I keep on coming back to it though, where I feel like there has to be a way to balance out HP. There has to be a way to make it a little bit more just punishing, rather than it's just like. It's just a non-factor right now, right? Like that's really the main concern. I don't know. We kind of dive into the nitty-gritty with Blitzball for sure. Just trying to figure out like what we don't like, what we do like, and what we would change and all that stuff. Because I mean, it's an interesting conversation. This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, which is always Don't you always hate when someone's like, unpopular opinion, but Final Fantasy VII's a pretty good game, and you're like, okay, dude. But like, if they make 10-3 and it is actually the worst thing ever, I don't know if I'd mind if Blitzball was okay. You know what I mean? I don't know. I already like don't have any faith. Maybe I'm just like, I'm such like a pessimistic person, you know? Like everyone's like, it's gonna be terrible, and I'm like, who cares, right? Like it's fine, you know? I don't know. I have this weird like mindset on that. Like if they're like, what if they like ruin the story? And I'm like, well, just enjoy like, you know, the story that was. I understand the argument for like, what if they ruin the story if it's a continuing franchise, right? Like if it's like a franchise like gosh, I'm trying to think of a good example. I'll use a movie. So let's say like it's a Marvel film, right? And they do this really dumb thing. Because the movies all relate to each other and because they continue forever, essentially, that storyline thing is going to continue forever. But because Final Fantasies are self-contained for the most part, if they make 10-3 and it's like silly and doesn't make any sense, I don't know if it matters because it's even more unlikely they'd make a 10-4. Like they wouldn't go off that bad story more and just make another game. Which might be me being super ignorant, but like you can kind of like just ignore it as like self-contained. If they use that like that story as like the baseline for everything moving forward and do a bunch of Final Fantasy X stuff, like that would be a big problem. Like, that would be really annoying. But apart from that, like it's like 10-2. Like I didn't really like the story as much, but I kind of like it's fine. It's fun gameplay. It's more of the world, you know. I'd rather have it than not have it at all, right? You know, I'd rather than just be like, I don't want any content at all. Like, it's nice that there's something. But yeah, that's my little rant on it. But yeah, Judah level 71, more HP. And then we 2-0 the Fangs and Beast 4-3 the Psyches. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I just don't get too invested in that kind of stuff. Like, I'm just happy there's games. Like, I have very low expectations for everything. Nimerick has learned that past 3. But I have high expectations for this. Nimerick, you better be like level 102 when we come back. Perfect. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. When you come back, we're going to be playing more Blitzball. Till next time.